Well, I must say I'm actually a little surprised by that, having bricks just repeat like that. I thought I had my code set to not pick the same song twice in a row. So, starting Angels with Scaly Wings now. You can see that there. It's also worth noting that if anyone is trying to get the Impress status with your dragons here, it is worth looking back at that intro video because it does go through the characters, kind of like a brief review of sorts, saying who the character is, what they are, so you'll have an idea of what you should probably be answering. So, last week we did just literally wrap up with Lorem up here. He's on the main menu now. And we started out with Remy, so... Yes, can I go back to the main menu? Wait. Yeah, so the progression that I'm going for is just all the bad endings first. So, yeah, all the bad endings first. So you even have the little gun there. I can't remember if that was from the normal or the evil ending. You have Bryce, Adine, Lorem, and we are currently checking out Remy. Good status, also good status. And I can't remember what we were skipping ahead. As well not. Right, the second investigation. Sure, sign me up. Just skipping ahead because we've done this all several times. Buffering pretty hard? Oh yeah, I forgot. That is probably the ultra low latency. Alright, I guess so. They want to be recognized. Reza. Stage here. So I think it was Reza. Sure thing. Alright, so first question, might as well ask, where do you want to go? We can visit two places, the grocery store, production facility, the library, and Tatsu Park. For that matter, Remy is in the library. Park? Okay. Oh yes, skip one is still on. Alright, what do you want to do at the park? I suppose we could also just start with heading to look at the map, that's the avenue. Head south. Was that Tatsu Avenue? I forgot now. Okay. We can go there, definitely. Okay, just grab that. Alright, let's go back. We can come back to Tatsu Avenue again. South, the political district. Just as I entered the southern part of the park, I found myself tumbling to the ground, and someone suddenly bumped into me. Ouch! Sorry about that. Are you alright? Besides being a little dirtier than before, I think so. I should really look where I'm going. Sometimes I just get lost in my thoughts. Hey, I think you dropped this. Oh, thank you. Ghost stories, huh? Yep. Oh, I should probably go before the bookstore closes. Bye! Bye! There's someone sitting on the benches. Approach the dragon. You could otherwise go back. I anticipated the approach. What a most pleasant surprise to be meeting you here, Cabbage. Do you know who I am? Well, we do. We've been here before, but what do you say? No idea? I do? There, screenshot. I do? No idea? Okay, gonna press up the dice app. Unless anybody else in the chat is lurking has an opinion. I think it's just Seawolves and Doppel right now, so when I say I do. Apparently not. A lot of the streams are very quiet like this. What brings you here today, Cabbage? Not quite sure of that myself. Ah, the park does have an appeal that naturally draws people in. I would know, since I'm partly responsible for creating it. Have you seen the north side yet? If not, you should. Totally should. It's just so pretty this time of year. You created this park? Well, some of it. Do you see the building behind me? That's where I work. Do you want to know a secret? The park was built here so I could enjoy going outside on my breaks, like right now, for example. Speaking of work, Remy works for you, right? I just met him the other day. Oh, Remy? Quite the little nerd, isn't he? Have you seen his malformed ears? I want to laugh every single time I see him. Poor Remy. So what's our response to that? Have we never noticed? Have to admit they are pretty funny? Or, that's just not nice. And for your reference, if anyone is unfamiliar, Remy is the one on the left here, the white dragon. You can just barely see the said malformed ears right there. Neutral. It is, there is a mechanic that I can't actually technically spoil about this too. So, Seawolves, I guess he's not gonna say anything. Oh, pretty funny news. You were saying, what was it? I haven't noticed that. Sorry, I wasn't reading that right away. Well, it seems there's actually a conflict with Doppel and Doppel only. So Dopp says, pretty funny. Well, did I say Dopp says it's pretty funny? Hi, Seawolves. We are talking with Emera. In fact, she said that she's partly responsible for the park. This is the building she works at. She wanted the park so she could just literally go outside on her lunch breaks, like literally right now. And we were, oh hey yeah, we know Remy, he works for you, doesn't he? She's, oh yeah, I know Remy. Every time I see his malformed ears, right over there, the white dragon, she almost wants to laugh every single time. And we had the choice of saying, Haven't noticed? Yeah, they're pretty funny, or that's not very nice, and there's a conflict between doppel and doppel, so I roll some dice. Virtual dice, I forgot to dig up my actual dice, so. Right? Just imagine what it must be like working with him. He's always running back and forth at my command, like some sort of well-trained, ugly, yappy dog. Can I ask you a question? You can ask, for sure, but whether I can answer or not is another question. What would you like to know? Alright, I'm just gonna assume that Dopp is basically gonna want to ask every single question here. How about you, Seawolves? Are you wanting to ask all of them? A particular one? Any order? So I could roll them. Ask about her job. Well, that's kind of a minor conflict. Might as well ask about the job. Can you tell me more about your job? I could, but I think overall it's a very boring affair. It involves a lot of reading and talking and approving or rejecting forms and projects. Now we can do what Dobb said. Just pick whatever the first option was again. Projects, it has its perks, but in some ways, I'll certainly be happy when my term is over. If you've been minister once, that's something people will remember you for. Even if those times are long past, no one can ever take that away from you again. You mentioned your term ending. How does that work here? We, the ministers, serve our term, and then someone else takes our place. Only one minister changes at a time, though. Technically speaking, any person can become a minister, though there are certain standards and requirements that must be met in order to apply for office. I don't want to bore you with the details, as that would be too long and tedious affair. Alright, so ask about your visit. That was the first one. What do you think about us visiting this world? You and Reza? Well, I think it is about the most exciting thing that has happened here in the last few years. It has certainly been a nice distraction from the other boring things I have to do at work. How so? Arranging your arrival was partly my responsibility. In fact, I would have been at the portal to welcome you myself if something didn't come up at the last second. And Tatsu Park. Can you tell me more about Tatsu Park? Well, I'm not so sure there is much to say about it. It just opened up recently, and I think the initial request was for more open spaces, like a dedicated place for people to gather and such. If you read the plaque, you would know that the park was dedicated to our so-called creator. I say creator like that because I think that word is a bit of a misnomer, but I suppose people still use it regardless. That is all. What's your choice, guys? That's all? I suppose I should be getting back to work anyway. Well, thank you for this most pleasant conversation, Cabbage. If you want to know... yes. If you want to continue talking at a later time, you should have no difficulty contacting me. I'll keep that in mind. And go back. And I don't believe we can talk with Emra again for at least another story arc. Alright, so while everyone is considering whether to wait. Let's wait. Alright, might as well. Was it the... Yeah, it was the pavilion, because the shrubbery is just gonna get cured. It is easily missable, and then when you do things like searching the dirt and it's still there, you start to pick up some things, so search the pavilion. doesn't seem to be anything important here, but at least it provides excellent shade. Again, I guess I should look harder this time. Harder, cabbage, harder! Nope, nothing here. Again, I guess I should look even harder this time. I found something. It's round, smooth orb about the size of a bowling ball. Wait a minute, I recognize this. It looks like something I saw in one of the books the other day. Might as well take it with me. You acquired the excellent sphere. Orb finder. I hope you have big pockets to carry this thing around without big pockets, okay. Right? Might as well read the sign, she did mention that. This park is dedicated to our creator, to whom we owe our sentience and existence. As it is our duty to remember, this place honors them every day with its beauty and grants us a place of recreation and contemplation to all of us. And it moved us otherwise everything so we can head back to work. If you're really, really trying hard, that's how you look so hard. I also like resting on this bench because you just sit down and you view the beautiful scenery. For that matter, might as well get a screenshot. That was nice. I was just about to get up when I noticed someone sitting next to me. Oh, I didn't see you there. I thought you were a statue or something. Hello? Well, maybe it is a statue, or I just turned invisible. I hope it's not the latter. So we've already looked down the hatch. We've got the rags, or bloody rags, whatever. You can examine the leaves. I don't recognize this species of tree. And it's also towards the fact that you can search the same object over and over again, so you start wondering, like, maybe if you examine the leaves again. Oh, nothing changes. Hi, Crazy was right? One of the biggest tip-offs with doing things repeatedly is also the achievement. Since I don't know how you're doing with all the achievements as such, Doc. So I think I passed it now. Yeah, I think I passed it. There's an achievement literally called Nuisance, which is to refuse Bryce 99 times. I can't see it right now. I don't see it. Gangster, what's up? I thought it was only after the Remy story was actually completed. Well, never mind, let's see if that figures it. Alright, so we've finished searching the park, I believe. What do I have here? I have, oh right, because you've done all the end stories and stuff so far. That would make sense, because I'm at 49 out of 63 so far. Great, so I'm done searching the park, and what do you want to do now? Go to the grocery store, correction facility, visit the library? A very important accident. I think I found the orb first, because when I was starting my initial games and all, and I was talking with Norm and Ipsum, and I was thinking, the last place I saw was the park. So the next time I was there, I was searching hard through the park, trying to find the sphere, and was, maybe if I can still search through the dirt and pick up the dirt, maybe I can find something else. Alright, see ya, Doc. And you want the library? What did take me a while, though, was searching for the excellent base, which I think that was one of the few times I had to use Google. Alright, Reza, what did you do here? Hey, it's Remy. I already told you, it's not here. Who's he talking to? I mean, won't you help out an old friend? Friend? This is the first time you've spoken to me in years. And whose fault is that? For you, I didn't even exist for the last few years. At least I tried to reach out to you. No, you're just here because you want something. I'm right here, right now, and you still continue to act like that. She was my friend too, you know. I think you should leave. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for everything. Have it your way then. Nadine stormed out so quickly that she didn't even notice me. I waited a few moments and wondered if it was a good time to talk to Remy. In the end, I decided that my task was too pressing. I'd come back another time. I shuffled through some books and tried to look busy until I noticed he resumed his work so I could approach him. Hi, Justin. Now you can take over for Novel. Oh, hello, Cabbage. Good to see you. Do you need anything? Alright guys, so we have the 3 questions here. What has Rez been here recently? What did Dean want from him? And how are you? What Dean wanted. I could tell you, but that would be a spoiler. We have done the Dean bad ending. So, what do you think, Justin? Should I spoil it for the chat here? Technically? Alright, Justin. I've already beat the game, so sure. So, in essence, what happened about this time is Dean wanted blueprints. And actually, Remy will be telling us in just a moment too. But the reason for her apology, she was my friend too and everything, that will also be coming up later, being that she was talking about Remy's what's the word? It was his wife. She passed away. What is it? How are you doing? I'm not sure, to be honest. There are a lot of things on my mind right now. Like what? I'm not at liberty to discuss them at the moment. I'm supposed to be working, you know. So, what did Dean want from you? Literally that. Wait. You were here that whole time? Not the whole time, just long enough to know something's up. It's nothing that concerns you. Come on, it does concern me. I know you and I know Dean. It's really nothing of great importance. Are you aware of a certain prehistoric underground building we recently discovered? I've heard of it. She wanted a blueprint of it, which is one of the things we found inside the building during an investigation. How would you have it? We're not just a library, you know, but a full archive that stores all sorts of information and objects. You remember the box you dropped last time you came here? Yeah. is filled with artifacts. We have them for safekeeping. In any case, a blueprint is the kind of thing that would be placed in our care eventually. So she thinks you have them. Even if we did, I wouldn't be able to give something it wouldn't be something we could just give out to anyone. Of course. Now, in relations to the blueprints, the building, we came here via a portal, and it turns out there was an entire building under that. Came with a portal. As a resident here recently, Reza, he visited quite often since he arrived. Actually, until a few days ago, that is. You know what he was reading? Particularly, I thought he was just wanted to learn about our world. Did you notice anything unusual about him while he was here? Can't say I did, though he did ask for a map once. A map? Yes, he showed him a few. Sorry, I showed him a few, but none of them seemed to be what he was looking for. Did he talk to you about anything strange while he was here? Besides the maps, nothing else worth mentioning comes to mind, only the usual pleasantries. That's all. Thanks for your help. You're welcome. The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, and I decided it was time to report my findings to the police. A brief call to the department, and I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. So it turns out you've seen this before. Yes, I have, but no, don't skip ahead. Don't bother. Not sure how my findings will help, but at least I have something. Look who we have here. I turned around to see Maverick. His intense gaze confirmed that there was no one else his words could have been directed at. Even with the civilians passing by in the background, I suddenly felt very alone. What do you want from me? Answers. Alright, Seawolves, Justin, whichever of you guys are here. Which one is it? What if we don't have any for you, or... Okay, start talking. Second? Alright. Just tell me one thing. Why? What is your goal in all this? Why even come here? You know why? We came as ambassadors for humanity, and to oversee the trade we agreed on. Or, you wouldn't understand. First, okay? No, that won't do. It's simply not true. You know it, and I know it. I just don't get why you can't be honest with me, even when you know no one else is listening. You know I can't touch you. If I did, it would be over for me, at least as long as I don't have any proof. In the end, what difference does it make if I know? No one is going to believe me anyways. Do you wish to kill me, too? Like Reza? Alright, Seawolves. Do we say nothing? Do we tell him we would never do such a thing? Or do we tell him if we have to? I don't think I've ever picked if I have to before. That being said, it is actually possible to kill Maverick. Well, in this world, everyone is a dragon, so you can always find the dragon. He's... If you've ever played, like, Watch Dogs, I suppose, would be the closest to otherwise equivalents. Aiden Pierce, not because he's a vigilante, because this guy is actually part of the police, this guy here, but he is very suspicious of us. He does not trust us at all, and he's actually currently on leave because he attacked me in prison. Is that so? Tell me, why would an ambassador need such a dangerous tool in the first place? He's talking about literally a gun. I know you claim not to have one of these things Reza injured me with, and you didn't have one anyway when they searched you, but I guess it's way too late for safety precautions at this point. You could have hidden one anywhere. That hurt, you know. But even worse than that was getting thrown aside by Bryce. I trust him, but after what happened, he doesn't trust me anymore. Now there's only you, the mythical, the special, the new. How much I wish I could make him see what I see. I could have saved the world with what I did that day, and it still wouldn't matter when no one believes me, just because I still don't have any. But I won't stop until I find some. When I do, I'm gonna be a hero. With that, he was gone. And on the way to the police station, Maverick's words kept finding their way back into my mind. I couldn't decide how to feel about them. I wasn't even sure if it was worth mentioning to the police, since all he did was make vague accusations. It wasn't anything substantial enough to be considered a threat. However, his actions were growing more calculated, and he seemed very sure of himself. I wondered about what this could amount to. But that wasn't the problem at hand. Hey, Cabbage. Hey, Sebastian. I thought I'd meet you at the front desk. What are we doing in Bryce's office? He does have a nice office, doesn't he? The chairs are comfy. Is that the only reason we're here? The dragon gave a brief chuckle. Let's just say that any information pertaining to this case is important enough to warrant some privacy. I see. Will Bryce be here anytime soon? I don't think so. He's still outside looking for Reza. He's not the kind of person who gives up easy. That sounds like him, just sitting a brief bit of time ago. That's Bryce for you. Once he sets his mind on something, he sees it through to the end. That's why he's our chief. He gets things done. At this rate, it doesn't look like we'll find him today. He could be anywhere, long gone, beyond our reach. What do you think? If he's going anywhere, he can't flee to another place. No matter where he goes, he'd be recognized immediately. In the end, his only way out is the same way he got in, the door. And he can't use that without someone noticing. Very astute observation. I wonder what will happen to our trade agreement, now considering Reza's still missing, the murders, and the soul generator. If Reza really is the murderer, then don't do that. What? Worry. You don't know what's at stake here. People are dead, Cabbage. Do you think I don't know that? Reza may be our prime suspect, but he's still a missing person. For all we know, he could be a victim. Maybe someone is making him do this. The point is, we don't know the facts yet. What we need to do is find him, and find the murderer. Find Reza, and go from there. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Sebastian. Anyway, you said you had some information for us, so what did you find? The bandage you found is something, alright. Of course, it could be anyone's, but why would someone discard theirs at a place like that? It seems suspicious to me, and is certainly worth checking it out. Make sure it gets to the right place. Map at the library. I don't know what to think about that. He could have needed a map to plan something, I suppose, but who knows what he really wanted to do with it. It's the kind of detail that, on its own, might not tell us much, but could be crucial later on. Well done, Cabbage. That gives us some solid points from which we can continue our investigation. In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome. that should be all then. Since Bryce still hasn't come back yet, I assume the search is still going on. And I'd better get back out there and help him. Guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Oops. Alright, I'll see you later. Good luck. Finally, some free time. Whatever am I going to do? We cannot meet with Remy, it seems. Not yet. So that's gonna have to be the next story, because this is the point where we would be meeting with Emma. Yes, ahead. Because Bryce at this point is actually unemployed. So here is a brand new scene for my series here. Thank you again for helping me the other day. Without you, I would have been trapped sorting books for a few more hours. Inviting you over for dinner is the least I can do. Alright guys, potato. What did he just say? So, choice time for everyone, but what did he just say? Thanks for helping me the other day. Without you, I would have been trapped sorting books for a few hours. Inviting you over dinner is the least I can do. What is Potato doing here? I'm gonna just check this real quick. I think I have a few potatoes, but potatoes alone doesn't make for a particularly good dinner. For instance, let's go with them. Okay, that's just completely random. I guess it was like a random meme, just randomly potato. Yeah, you could make potatoes. He took it literally. So, Zeus? Yeah, it's just so random. Makes a lot of sense. Not quite to me. It sounds like a joke in a meme to me, to just be randomly there. First option? Hit. It's no problem, really. Besides, I'm also here to learn more about your kind. Spending time in the library is only appropriate. Well, my gratitude is yours regardless. Anyway, is there anything in particular you would like to eat? Well, this is where the potato should have been. Anything will do. How about steak? I could go for some kind of meat right now. Do you have something vegetarian? I don't remember. I think Remy might have been a healthy diet at least, maybe vegetarian. At least just in practice. First option, anything will do. Okay. I happen to have some nice steaks left. How does that sound? This might take a while, so make yourself at home. With those words, Remy walked into the partially walled-up kitchen. There was no door, so I saw him open the fridge and take out 2 steaks before he set them on the counter. Soon after, he was already preparing the various ingredients with his somewhat clumsy palm. He was silent for a moment, but lifted his snout and looked over at me from over the partition. What is it? I was just thinking about something. I can help cook if you like. Don't worry about it. Alright. I looked around the apartment as Remy cooked, and I couldn't help but notice the almost mesmerizing tidiness that permeated the place. Shelves were filled with books, scrolls, magazines, and other various trinkets. Suddenly, the repetitious noise of vegetables being cut ceased as Remy returned from the adjoining room. I'll be back in just a minute. He went down the hall and vanished through the bathroom door. What should I do? I'm just gonna make a quick save right here, so we can look at the pictures. We'll come back here again. We're just grabbing an achievement. So if you want to look at the shelves, the bathroom, bedroom, or anything, escape polysilk cat. Not gonna escape. I picked up the framed photos to examine it more closely. Was it a red dragon? I guess it was a female of a young adult or college age, though I wasn't sure as it was hard to tell without looking at the obvious signs. Her crimson scaled head was adorned with frills that ran down from the back of her neck. She wasn't familiar to me. She is to me though. The second picture showed Remy in a typical attire, tie, glasses, and all. Yeah, not strange at all. The last of the three pictures was of another red dragon, who, as far as I could tell, was a fairly young member of its species. It reminded me of a younger version of Remy, although without his typical accessories. Achievement, memories. We looked at Remy's pictures, better than prying into his bedroom at least. Wow! Okay, so, that being said, we can search his bedroom. But Seawolf said to go into the bathroom. Oh, wait a minute, he has a second bathroom? I wonder why. Was that a status thing? That was. Okay, so I think we just unlocked the potential for Remy's good ending. We're not getting it, mind you, not yet. In fact, it might even be too late. Thank God it was for the second bathroom. If you prefer Seawolves, I could roll a d4 on one too. And I say a d4 because we are not escaping wild. We still can. We are going after Remy's endgame, so of course we can't just leave like that. Fourth option? Okay. You don't want to search his bedroom where he's got the shelves? Like Remy seals it back. Looks like we can still search his bedroom or examine the shelves and get the keys. Search the bedroom then? I probably shouldn't be looking in here, but I'll just take a quick peek. It's funny how, like, the achievements, having looked at all the pictures and all, they finish just saying, yeah, it's better than searching in the bedroom. So it actually puts fun at you for things that you can or have done. And that's a huge bet, even for a dragon. I suppose they need to account for wings and such, but even considering that, it's pretty big. The bathroom door opened and revealed the white dragon. As he approached, I felt my stomach rumble violently. I barely heard the muffled sound, but when I saw Remy's ears perk, I realized he had more sensitive ears than I expected. Hungry already, I take it? Lift up your shirt. I'm so empty. I'll starve if you keep standing around. Or I suppose so. I don't know, I feel like this is the option that we can't pick, or shouldn't pick. I'm a little uncertain. I'm just curious myself now, which is my dice gonna say? First, amazingly, my dice agree with you. See those? Although your stomach already answered that question before. I'm actually curious, what does the tip of my shirt? And towards my belly to the dragon's gaze, my hand stroked it in a circular motion, pressing the skin, hair, and body map beneath. Do you think that's a lot of hair, or just a little peach fuzz? Because I think it's pretty hairy. Wow, just making him uncomfortable looking. Okay. How far back is that? Looks like I've missed a few saves. Hungry? I suppose so. Wonder your stomach already answered that question for you. After entering the kitchen once more, I saw the dragon. The dragon looked over the kitchen partition again. His mouth opened a little, as though he were going to speak, but his brow scrunched with hesitation. Before I could say anything, he shook his head and continued to cook. Soon I heard the sizzling of frying meat as the delicious smell of steak wafted into the room. Fueled by its fragrant odor, I slowly lost myself into a daydream as I closed my eyes. Something wrong? You are salivating. It's nothing, I was just thinking about something. Probably food. Well, the food is ready, enjoy. I looked down and saw the plate that was in front of me, piled with steak and vegetables. Remy was already eating, so I took the knife he had provided and cut off a small corner of my steak. Then I pierced it with a fork, its 3 prongs penetrating the flesh unrelentingly. Slowly I raised it to my mouth, and my tongue glided over the bare substance briefly as it entered my lips. I took the first bite, a deliciously crisp exterior with a much softer, juicy inside. It melted on my tongue like butter as the taste spread over to the remotest corner of my mouth. It was almost perfect. So, what were you thinking about? Huh? Remy's words snapped me back to reality. You said you were thinking about something. Right, so, do you live here by yourself? I was thinking about the recent murders. I met Emma recently. Did you use a stove to cook, or nothing in particular? Five options. Thinking about the recent murders? Oh, what a terrible thing. People can be so cruel sometimes. It can be. Where I come from, incidents like this are unfortunately very common. Truly? Oh, it's almost unheard of. One just needs to take a look at the statistics to realize that this is very unusual, or even just an exceptionally bad week. Okay, apparently the answer is more stuff. We can talk about Emma, his boss, who's basically lying at him, I guess. Well, trying not to, I should say. Because of the years that I've had. Second again, met Emma. You met my boss? She was hanging around Tattoo Park. She certainly does that alone. Let me give you one piece of advice. Don't ever work for a politician. Okay. Very succinct, I please the Lord. Very brief. You live here by yourself? Why did you use the stove to cook? I guess we could end the questions early with nothing in particular. If there's really nothing else in particular. Okay. Honestly, you are the first person to visit in a while. He spoke softly, and his gaze wandered. I don't think we want to mention the pictures just yet. Actually, it's kind of a two-parter. Okay. Yeah, so we don't want the good ending yet. Do you want to ask him why he uses the stove to cook? Alright. Why did you use the stove to cook? I mean, can't you just use your fire? Well, for one, not all of us have that ability. Besides, we still appreciate the convenience that comes with appliances, like this one. And not everyone wants to eat food cooked with someone else's breath. Breathing fire indoors is also a little unsafe. I see, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, nothing in particular. Anyways, how do you like the food? It's adequate, I guess. Maybe not that one. It's delicious, we did say it was. Or, I would marry this steak if I could. I'm curious, I feel like that third one might be the limit. Make it comfortable? It's just up here, so... Seeing how it's already half gone, I don't think this marriage would last particularly long. Last option, okay. So it wouldn't last particularly long, soon both of our plates were complete. I guess I judged your portion correctly, unless you want more. I'm good, thanks. That was an interesting steak. What kind of meat was that? Those were auroch steaks. Are you familiar with that animal? I may have heard of aurochs before. They are rather large, bovine animals, characteristics by their horns and body shapes that resemble cows. Cows and bulls, I should say. We get a range of products from them, from meat and milk to sub-products like butter and cheese, in addition to leather, belts, oils, and creams. We even use their horns and bones for a variety of things. Very much exactly sounds like the modern-day camel. That sounds similar to an animal we have at home. Speaking of unfamiliar creatures, why don't you tell me more about your species? Are you referring to me or all of us? Our society is comprised of a number of different species, which you've probably noticed by now. I guess all of them. Let's start with the basics. I'm sure you're aware, but unlike mammalian aurochs, we are reptiles. Though this makes me wonder about you. Based on your fur, I'd guess that you're a mammal. But you are very different from other mammals we know. In the same vein, you don't share many characteristics with our reptiles back home. By the way, we don't have fur, but hair. What's the difference? I don't know. Fur has a set length, whereas hair will keep growing. Fur is more dense than hair, or there is none. Okay, so the first and last options are basically the same. I don't know. Just call it different. Is the dice. Second? Okay. I'm just gonna roll for curiosity. Wow, the dice actually agree with Zulf's again. Twice in a row. Fur has a set length, will grow, whereas hair will keep growing, so we regularly cut it. Is that so? Interesting. I was wondering something. Are you wearing all those coverings to make up for lack of hair? I suppose that's one reason why humans wear clothes. They also provide warmth and protection, and and are used to differentiate us from one another. Sometimes uniforms are used for as identification, other times clothes are just ornamental. What a person wears can tell us something about the person itself. It sounds complicated. We also have uniforms that wear some things for ornamental reasons, though our uses aren't quite as extensive. That brings up an interesting question. Are you endo or exothermic? We produce our own body heat. That is unusual. Where I come from, all reptiles are exothermic, unless you count birds as reptiles, I guess. That actually reminds me of a tweet that I actually found just this morning. Is there are two kinds of dinosaurs, is what it was saying. There are those that are dead and those that have evolved into birds. So, note for all the modern day industries and stuff, whatever, dinosaurs, it's not about reproducing the dinos or whatever, it's about getting little dinosaurs and gluing a bunch of feathers to them. But none of your reptiles are sentient, correct? Maybe it has something to do with our different brain structure. Maybe. Now that you've been in our world for a little while, how do you like it here? I likes the people, or I likes the landscape. Somehow don't think I can go wrong, we can go wrong with either of the options. I'm gonna roll the dice and see if they align with seawolves again. They do. It's good to hear. Cultural differences can make things very difficult sometimes, even with the same species. I'm glad things are working out for you so far. Oh, I just remembered. I was able to save my game after all. Your interference was only a minor setback. Okay, glad to hear that, or good job, Remy, you're so awesome! This is in relation to the previous night where we put on his computer, he was basically playing Final Fantasy with dragons instead, and it turns out that his entire computer crashed and he was very upset because he thought all his data was gone. Now, question. Are the dice still going to predict what Justin wants to say? No, they finally, after three dice rolls, they finally said something completely different. So I'm glad to hear it. I was quite relieved when I found out. You know, if it hadn't worked out so well, I would have had to consider making you play up to that point again for me. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're not thinking that. Yeah, sure, but want you might play some of your video games? I don't want to walk off choices like that. But it seems like it's really the only ones I'm not really angry. Is that so? Yeah, they're fun. I'd like to see what kind of games you have here. First? Alright, we can pick that up now. Load, basically auto. I like the people. Glad to hear it. And make the save just in case. That's all the saves, so I don't know that is. Ain't nobody got time for that. Haha, yeah, it was just a joke. And I'm glad you're here, since you arrived in our world. We haven't really had a chance to sit and talk down. Sit down and talk, sorry. Alpha will be live with Late Night Minecraft in 30 minutes. How's the time? We should be wrapping this up pretty quick. So what did you just say? Sit down and talk. I agree. I didn't know you wanted to chat. I'm not usually sit down talk kind of person. What are the first two? Which one, Seawolves? Let's see if the prophetic dice can tell us what Seawolves is going to say this time. First, no they don't. I agree, it's been a busy time for me, as you can imagine. Oh, of course. Thanks for taking the time to pay me a visit. I always have so many things to take care of, and it's hard for me to find time to do something simple like this. At least it worked out this time. You do have a point, though I don't really know much about you. I know where you work, but most of our conversations so far have revolved around things other than you and me. Why don't you tell me more about yourself? I don't really like to talk about myself. Why not? I guess I wouldn't know what to say. I'm not really that interested. I don't believe you. There's also a certainty of not knowing how another person would react to something I say. I don't want to embarrass myself. Hey, at least you told me that. That's something, I suppose. Anyway, now that you've seen my apartment, I'm wondering what your home on the other side of the portal looks like. Nothing special. Yours is prettier, actually. Everything here looks nice in comparison to back home. Is that so? In some ways, I'm not really looking forward to returning, but it's not like I have a choice in the matter. I suppose you could always visit if you wanted to. It wouldn't be that easy, I'm afraid. There was an extensive process involved for selecting who would go through the portal, and I was only one of many applicants. I'm still surprised I ended up being chosen. At least you're here now. Indeed. So, what have you been up to since the last time I saw you? You mean since I went to the kitchen to cook the steaks? Is that supposed to be a joke? Hello! I can't pronounce that at all, but yes, it's Remy. So, you're not going to be saying that. So what have you been up to since the last time I saw you? You mean since I went to the kitchen to cook steaks? Haha. Second or third? So while waiting for the chat to decide which option to pick, I am curious. Would the Dragon World here have pets like we do here? That's the second option? Okay. Unless anybody else has another option. I assume that's what everyone wants. Just messing with you, Cabbage. Ah, with all the talking, I totally forgot about dessert. You don't have to bother, I'm on a diet. Oh, would it have to be cream pie with a cherry on top? Or I'm up for dessert? Probably the second or third option. just don't think that we want to reject Remy on his dessert here. Second again, okay. No, why do you ask? No reason. Okay, maybe I had the wrong idea here. But my 24-hour period? What? Don't forget that novel will be streaming in 25-ish minutes as well. Late night Minecraft. I'll be just a minute. He neatly stacked our dishes before he took them into his forepaws and went back into the kitchen using his other 3 limbs. I couldn't help but think that it looked pretty healthy. When he returned, balancing a plate with a rather attractive cake slice in a similar manner, I realized he would have to take multiple trips to carry everything to the table. At 3:30 a.m., should be close to that 11 hour imagine for sea wolves. 11:30 things. Second, okay. For myself, it's only 5:30. For Doc, it's about 7:30. You need any help with that? Don't worry about it, I can handle it. You're my guest after all. Once he placed the first cake slice on the table, he went back to fetch the other one. When he approached the table the second time, though, one of the tiny dessert forks started to slip off the plate. Remy reached with his free forepaw in an attempt to save it, but lost his balance without its support. In an instant, the plate, fork, and cake slice flew through the air. The dish and silverware clattered with the pristine cake crumbling into a sad heap on the floor. For a few moments, there was silence as Remy and I looked at the result of the blunder. I'm sorry, Cabbage. You don't need to apologize. It's fine, I'll just eat your cake slice instead. Wow! You didn't really want dessert anyways. Wow! Okay, you don't need to apologize, I guess. This isn't just about your cake. This always happens to me, no matter how hard I try. You have proper hands, so do some other species. How can someone like me even be a librarian? Not a day goes by without me dropping a scroll and unfurling it across the room. But the customers don't care, or pity me too much to say anything. It's common sense for them after all. This is about Hembrun, isn't it? I guess it is. I don't see why someone like me got to be a librarian, but there were others more qualified for the position, or who at least were capable of not dropping the inventory on a daily basis. She makes fun of you for it. I knew it. Why else would she have me use these tasks all the time? Sorting books, carrying things one place to another. I shouldn't be doing that. I should work somewhere where my worth is only at pride. Why don't you look for a new job? These positions have terms similar to those of ministers. If I ended my employment prematurely, it wouldn't feel great. How long do you have left? A while. You should resign, consequences be darned, and you report her to a superior or something, or you'll just have to leave the room. For the sake of time, either somebody messages in the next moment, shall we say, first or second memory, or I'm gonna pick whatever dice say, because I do want to wrap up in time for mom's stream. Still second? okay? Not really. It's not like I could prove anything. Her public and her private demeanor are two very different things, and it would be my word against hers. I just wanted to have a nice evening with you, and how it ended up like this, I should have brought it up. Don't worry about it. I still think it was a nice evening. Maybe I should stop being such a sourpuss then. I can help you clean up. Thank you, Cabbage. We cleaned up together, and by the end he seemed to be in higher spirits. Afterwards we said our goodbyes, and I left, not sure what to think. Okay, imagining that the good status of Buddhist. Brief leadership. Brief. Hi, Dalton. We are literally just wrapping up. We finished with we had the brief card, so I'm wondering if that's actually some really bad news. Nope, good status. That's good. Okay. Mornings. Let's just save it here. Instead. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And Doppel is streaming in under 20 minutes. Like Minecraft. You can follow us in the Discord link that should be in the description. You can see his stream announcements there. I'll be posting there weekly for my Scaly Wings here as well. And we'll be back next week for more Remy. Yes, we just finished chapter 2. We talked with Remy, we talked with Bryce. There was unfortunately no Emperor. When you talked with Bryce, there was no Emperor yet. We're talking with Bryce, by the way, for the purposes of fine. Skip ahead. Sure, do whatever. Go to the portal, just that way. Wait, no, we can't do this yet. My bad. You're gonna say that I'm seeing Bryce a lot. My bad. This, however, is the chapter that we are going for Bryce with, because we're also going with Remy, because after you visit whoever a number of times, 3, and you get to this chapter, Sebastian, Bryce, and the group basically talk about, hey, yeah, what about you, Cabbage? Are you seeing anyone? Oh yeah, no, I've seen Cabbage going out with whoever it is. Really? So, alright, I'm gonna wrap this up here, and Doppel is streaming again in about 15 minutes now. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later or next week.